recording again. Here we go. So I'm going to use TradingView and TOS. I'll get rid of my alerts because they're kind of in the way. So I'll just start off with Tesla since I already have it up on the screen. So I'll just show you guys exactly what I do pretty much in my after hours looking over these charts and like what I see and what I aim to look for. And I'm still going to have that class in like, what is that, a week? Yeah, next week. Next week I'm going to do that class for the Ichimoku to show you guys what I know. And hopefully you guys can start using it yourself and learn if you guys don't already know. So here we are looking at Tesla. I mean, my trend lines aren't always perfect, but it's in the uptrend still. If you're looking at this down here, last time I went up and touched 780, all the way back here, we broke out of that downtrend, and those are my longer downtrend lines. And then since we've broken out, I put these two other lines that it's been kind of battling with right here. And then so all I do on TOS really is look at the Ichimoku cloud, and I just throw in little trend lines. I don't really use any sort of Elliott wave, nothing like that. But if you want to get these trend lines, it's just this button right here. And I highly recommend TOS. I think it's a very good application for trading. But I have Heiken Ashi candles on too. If you guys want to use those, I also recommend putting this on. This is where you find it inside of a TOS right here. I would change it if I were you guys right now, whatever you guys use. It just helps you find trend a lot better compared to just the normal candles. I don't know. I think these candles are quite ugly just by itself. It's hard to see where the trend's really going. But yeah, let's get into it. So we got Tesla right here. I'm on the 1 hour because I was looking at it during intraday. Usually, typically during after hours, I'm looking at the 4 hour and daily chart, maybe the weekly, depending on what stock it is. As you can see, it doesn't really matter what time frame I'm on. It all kind of looks the same. But you can see on the 4 hour, it's kind of pushing. And if we do get over this 686 mark right here, which is also pretty much the Ichimoku cloud break of resistance, we should be going back up to test 700 and beyond. I think we go upwards of 700 before we even make the next breakout move. It looks like around right here at 709, 706 range, 607 or 706, 709, sorry. And then it might go up to 730 after that. I mean, in all honesty, once it breaks 702, 709 range up in there, I really think it goes to 730 and beyond. Tesla's a huge watch. We just entered that lotto today. I entered it myself, the 2.8 entry in the YOLO army. If you guys aren't in there, I would recommend to join that as well. YOLO sign up if you guys haven't seen it yet. But that's where you're throwing the lottos at. So for Tesla, I really like what I'm seeing here. During after hours, it moved up like $1, I think. It's nothing crazy, but we'll see what happens tomorrow during the pre-market. And on the daily, let's see how it's looking. It's pushing out of this cloud once again. So whenever it's in the cloud, you don't really want to be hopping into the play. You can see it came down to the red line right here and touched it practically in the bottom of the cloud and then pushing right back up. So you see what's going on over here. The Chico is about to push up. And I think it's going to go up upwards. Yeah, 707 right here. This is another daily resistance. So if we break through that, I really think that we push upwards of, well, that's 800, sorry. Up here is 730, yeah, right here. So I think 730 is the target for Tesla in the coming week. I picked up the 730 calls. Those could be 1,000% if they go to 730, and I believe. But let's go over here as well. So I'll show you guys what I'd be looking at. So like how I even get that number. So let me go into all this. What am I? My strikes? Oh, I'm not even on Tesla. That's why. I mean, I'll show you guys what I was looking at earlier. What was I looking at? ROKU. I was looking at these ROKU contracts right here. So we have, you saw it flirting with 435 today. I mean, I'll just pick up, let's pick these ones up. I also be looking at the premiums of the contract. And this is how I decide if I'm really going to pick a play or not. You can see it's still struggling to get over the resistance right here of both these EMAs. Orange is 20, teal's 50 day. I use these. I think it's the best way to find the support and resistance within your stocks, really. They're little circles. I made them. I'll show you guys how to use that in my class next week. But ROKU looks like if it really pushes up past that 435, this is going to explode at least for another 100%. Because you see this is 18 right here. And I believe today ROKU went to, I don't even remember, I think 436, 437? What was I? Oh, sorry. I was like, yeah, it was up here. It's still within the cloud though, so that's why I didn't fully enter the play. So you see it literally touched the top of that resistance. Yeah, 444. So I saw these going up at first, and I was kind of intrigued, but we never got a close above this 50-day moving average. If we got a close above that, we'd see some skyrocketing premium price in ROKU. It honestly would probably go from 10 on a weekly all the way to 30 if we go past that all-time high and to like 460 or so. But let me go to a different chart. So I typically be looking at the same couple stocks each day. I look at tech, Boeing. That's about it really. I don't really look at travel unless it's brought up from you guys in the chat. I'm more of a tech head. My name's Tesla for a reason. I only look at the same couple stocks and try to master them. But we can look at Boeing right here. And let me just minimize all this because it gets in the way. Sorry, I used the trackpad on my computer. It's so bad. All right, so we can see here for Boeing. All us, sir, if you just entered. You can see it went in the downtrend last time. I could put some trend lines up right here. I'll do it on TradingView in a minute because I like to really use my trend line breaks for TradingView specifically compared to TOS. I really just look at this for the cloud breaks. But you can see it's battling some resistance above up here, 243. If it gets above 243, we can really see some action going on for Boeing. I believe Tick even posted about this today, saying that if it holds in this area, it's a really good stock to be holding. But yeah, I actually have a price level up at 255. I think will be the next target for Boeing if it holds these levels. And then obviously if it's holding these levels, I have it a lot higher going back towards 300. So we can see what's happening here. And we did get the green cross. Why Boeing's a good look right now, what I am looking at this for now, because we did get this green cross over the red EMAs, and we're holding above this 50-day right here. So as long as we get above that 243, which is that next big resistance in the 4-hour, it's going to be a great play to be watching. But Chiku's still within the candles, not above anything, so there's no free move yet. As you can see back here, we're looking for something like this. You see the green cross, red's underneath, we're above moving averages, Chiku's up. You see we're running all the way up here, 258, all the way down here from 225. So we're in this range right now, kind of. So it's a potential, 30-point move, I mean. So we could be looking at 270 soon for Boeing, if I'm being honest. After Boeing, I brought up the ROKU premiums. I'll look at ROKU now. We just looked at this one pretty much. But yeah, if we get out above this cloud on the 4-hour, it's blue skies, I believe. I think you see ROKU at 500 at some point. It has a huge following and cult of people. It's kind of like Tesla, but it's ROKU, obviously. So that's the difference. But we can see it looks like it's going to hold this trend, if I'm being honest. And I think we're seeing new highs coming very soon for ROKU. I don't really have to do much else to look at this. I showed you guys the weekly, or I might not even shown all you guys, but you can see the cut forming right here. If anything, we hit the 485 resistance, form a handle, and run off then. But and I think we just blow through it personally. So keep your eye on ROKU. 435 was the breakout number today, and it still remains that breakout number to me. But you can see this green line right here crossing above, very bullish indicator if you're asking me. And you see everything down here crossing as well. If you have a great eyesight, you can see through my indicators. The MACD's curling up a little bit. Let's move off ROKU. I'm going to go to Amazon. We're on the weekly chart here. And as you can see, we got the breakouts on Amazon. Weekly's looking good. We'll probably see 2 more weeks of Amazon running. I do say so myself. I don't even remember when the earnings are. I think it's the 27th, 28th, something like that. So it's about 2 weeks from now. I think you see it even with earnings run. I wouldn't recommend playing past earnings or through. Amazon has extremely expensive premiums. It's probably one of the only stocks that really burns me. And yeah, so just be careful with Amazon. It's a great play. It can hit you very high lotto numbers, but be careful with those weeklies. Those do burn. So let's get off Amazon. Snow today, you saw it. It didn't really do much. Here on the weekly, I'm liking what I see as long as it's maintaining above the 260 range, honestly. If it does break out above this 270 area, it's even higher watch. And earlier, the pivot of Snow used to be 320 back in its early IPO time. And I believe that's the next target we're about to see is 300 to 320 range. I mean, sorry, I'm kind of OCD, but so yeah, it's looking good on the weekly. I really like what I'm seeing from Snow. That's what I just wanted to come and say. Especially with this cross with EMAs, we have no cloud here on the weekly because it's fairly new still for Snow, since it hasn't really been even a year along stock. So let's see what happens with this one. I'll take it off the weekly and show you guys what's going on with this. Saw a huge run Friday. Look at that. It still looks good to me. It came down here, tested the red line, came up, tested that 260 range, and as long as we're holding above this 265 for now on the 1 hour, it's looking like we're about to run for a lot more. So I'll just set an alert right here. Just create the alert. It's in the 270 range. I don't need to be exact. If it just needs to give me the alert, I'll see in the morning. So if you don't set your alerts, you're honestly behind a lot of traders. I think you should be setting your alerts on whatever app you use. I don't know. I don't think you can set alerts on Robinhood. I don't even know. But if you have any other broker beside Robinhood, Webull, I know for a fact does it, and then so does TOS. Set your alerts, and whenever I post any member idea plays, or even Chris or anybody, I trade ideas especially, go into use your alerts, set them up. You won't miss plays. It's something you guys should all be doing every single day during after hours, or at least twice a week. I think it'll help you guys give an edge. So off Snow, Airbnb always has hype, and it's kind of related to Snow. I don't know. I always feel like they're in the same ballpark. I personally don't like what's going on with Airbnb. It's a lot of up-de-do, just look at this, just going to the right. I don't know. Airbnb needs to clear 160 in my opinion before I even begin looking at it. It went to 158, I believe, 157 right here. So let's get above this 160 hump right here. We can see a little movement up here to 170 plus, and then we could really see what's going on with Airbnb. But if you're buying shares, this is a great place to be buying shares of Airbnb. Options I'm talking about strictly right here, because look, you can still see it's struggling to get above this cloud, and even within the cloud. And once it's up here, I think it really gets running. So it might consolidate for further notice, and you might even see 156 as this breakout number later down the road, as you can see right here. If not, yeah, 160 range, and that's the break. So I'll be watching Airbnb. It's a hot name, but I'm not going to be doing much until I see it break up here. So I'm just going to set an alert also for this one around 160, because if it gets up there, I need to know. So it's going to be a good stock to be watching. I think it goes over 160 to 175 real quick. All right, so we're off Airbnb now. Let me just plug in my computer. Any tickers anyone want me to look at? You guys got on the voice or anything? Yeah, I got you a Baba. Any other ones? So you want me to get another one too? I'll do one right after Baba. Baba and FUBO, okay. So we got Baba. You see on the cloud here, struggling on the daily. You don't really want to see what it just happened. It did it twice now. You can see it's a fake break to the upside back here. It looks like you're about to get some clear run, and then either FUD came out from China news, or just people dumped the stock. I don't know which one happened. I don't remember what happened on that day. But we're getting a lot of buys coming in for Baba. If it was holding 225, that's why I still have my 230 alert here. As you can see, it never broke. It sold off, and it looks like it was a fake kind of bull trap for me when I was looking on this. I was very interested in the stock when looking at it. I think it might have one more fake in it, and then it goes. I've seen Tick posting about it. I see other Furus. Anyone, Umesh hates Baba. I see everyone bashing Baba, but it's going to have a run. And Umesh said this, I believe, yesterday. It's going to have like a 50-point run at some point that it has for the year, and that's going to be its run. But we just don't know when it's going to come. But we'll be ready. If it gets over this 230, it's definitely running. And we got 250 coming soon. And then you can look at the daily chart. There's just a lot of resistance going on. 286. 260 range up here. Yeah, we got 250 to 280 though in the long-term price target for Baba. But I don't really want to see it go under, I believe 180 it was. Was it right here? I think this is 198. This is where it found support last time. Where am I looking? He was, around here. So I don't really want to see it go under 185. So if you are starting to buy some shares, I would start allocating within from this range to 185. For all I know, it might not even go under 200. It might start the next leg up soon, because I see a lot of people anticipating to go lower still. But this is a great stock to be buying if you're buying commons. So if you got some money, throw it into Baba. I mean, I'll look at this on a different time frame too, so we can see what's in the short term. So you just saw it was on the daily. You see what's going on. It fell through the cloud, staying underneath the EMAs right here, and it's starting to get within the cloud now. So we might see some consolidation before a breakout. And maybe Wednesday or Thursday, we might see it move back up once again, maybe find some resistance and fall back down one more time, or start that move back up towards the 220 range. But yeah, set your alerts for 230 on this one. If you're trying to find a huge option, or yeah, a good option play for a breakout number, that'd be my breakout number. But we're far from it right now, so just allocate some shares. And then you said FUBO. We can look at FUBO. So we got FUBO on the 1 hour right here. It's trying to break through the cloud. Still underneath some resistance right here. So let's see what happens tomorrow with it. It's looking like it might go back down into the cloud if you're asking me. But let's look on a longer time frame what's going on with FUBO. So we got this weekly going on. All right, the weekly time frame right here. So let's see if we can keep on moving upwards with some higher lows. Sorry, I thought I heard something. So you can see what happened last time. I mean, it's just a whole fake. It looks kind of like PLTR. It's literally kind of like the same stock that moves the same time. But yeah, so it's ran by the memes, but it's also a very good stock to be holding, I think, if you're into the stream services. I mean, look at ROKU. It's like a $500 stock for being a Fire Stick. I mean, FUBO offers more than ROKU does, if you're asking me. So I think FUBO might be even a better hold down the long term if it keeps up with these World Cups and such for soccer. It's a good thing to be having. It's the #1 sport in the world. That's good news to me. I think FUBO down the long run does have a good long-term potential, but for right now, I don't know what its next move is. It looks like it has further downside. I think we see PLTR go down a little bit more, and I think we see FUBO go down a little bit more. I hate to say it, but I think that's what happens. And then after FUBO, I mean, we could look at I'll look at Wish. I mean, Wish is doing a whole lot of nothing. So we're on the 4-hour time frame of Wish. It's underneath the clouds, underneath the EMAs. Yeah, I think it might even have one more push downwards. Down here was this 250 range. 265, 250 range, I might see that. I don't really have my eyes on Wish that much. I'm not trading options on it. I'm just buying shares and really just waiting for the day it pops up, hoping to make 100% profit on it. I mean, I'm just looking for a 20 to 27 price target on it. I believe it's very reasonable. It's down here, $7, $10 range. I think it's not a bad thing to be buying. After Wish, I mean, let's look at now. Mara, got you. All right. So Riot and Mara today, I know we had Riot calls coming in. I think you said Mara as well, if I'm correct. So I mean, we're still within the cloud, which means some consolidation should be occurring. We don't want to see this break underneath the 26s range. If so, it does look like it'll have further downside. But we saw a great flow today. I mean, it looks like it kind of a great upside. I mean, it really just does determine on the fact of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all of crypto in general. So it's kind of a very speculative hold, but you can make some fine money with some lottos on a Mara or Riot play, because who knows? These things gap up, they go up 20%, 30% in a day. You just don't even know when it's going to happen. It always happens when you least expect it. But for right now, I mean, I kind of like what it's doing, to be honest. It's holding the support right here on the daily, which is important to me. Go on the 4-hour. And I do want to see it above here, but it looks like it should come back up to 30 range. If I'm being honest, it looks like it should come to the 29, 30 range, come and test some resistance and see what's out there. I mean, what's below? Some support staying right. Apple, it's at 144, right? At 144. No, yeah. I thought I was looking earlier. It was on support. I think we still get a push up on it. This is what it did last time, kind of, and it began to push back up. I think we're going to do the same exact thing, at least hit 148. I think 148 is a pretty big target, but I think we're going to 152, 155, 158 range up there. I think earnings might push it over. There might be some news that comes out, or all in general, maybe tech might cool off and Apple continues to run like it has. I remember this from last year, and Apple, despite it being 2020, is doing the exact same thing it's doing now. It has like staircases up pretty much, and it just slowly goes since it can't move so quick. but it just keeps moving up. I don't think anyone's short Apple. I think everyone's long Apple still. It hasn't gotten the move it's had all year, and I believe what is this, July? Yeah, July I think was a 90% seasonal buy rating. I think they've never lost in July, so I think we still have more upside here, as we still have 3 more weeks of July to go, and then we see whatever happens unfold after that. I think we have a bullish earnings coming up. I think we have 160 price target up in that range, like Apple. Facebook. This is still buy all dips in my opinion. Every single time it dips, it might dip a little bit further, but every single time it dips, it just keeps on running up. I mean, this is all tech. Look at Amazon, look at Google, look at anything. Google's kind of different, but Microsoft, Apple, Facebook, that such. I think we see a nice push up on Facebook towards the 360, 370 range, especially with what's coming. Look at this. Looks good to me on the 4 hour. All we need is a green cross right here, and I'd really like what I'm seeing. I think we do test the all-time highs again, get up there, maybe form a cup and handle and go. Look out on the daily, see what it's looking like, and on the weekly real quick. Yep, like what I'm seeing on the daily. Weekly, yeah, I mean, just greens for Facebook. Ever since the 270 range, it's just taken off. So Facebook's good. I gave out now. Yeah, I didn't do anything today. We won't look at now. We know now's 567 breakout number. I still believe that's the breakout number if it holds above that. Any other tickers? Kashan, you want one? Anyone want one? No reply. I'll go to TLRY. All right. So, I mean, yeah, TLRY is super. No, that's fine. You want one after this? Neo? Okay, I'll do it. So, TLRY, I watch this one every day, just checking on it. I mean, this is also kind of like Wish. I buy shares on this. I don't always call out when I buy TLRY shares. Sorry, I guess I should, because that's my job. But I do buy TLRY shares. When it went down to 15, I bought some, not down here in the 14 range. And when it barely got to 14, I bought around here at 15.50. We got some nice shares of TLRY going. But I think TLRY, it's so, I don't even know, because it's so hard. It's so coiled. It's so just, it feels like it's held down. It just feels like it's being sold off competitive, like consistently. The 22 range, 24, I need to see it over that for an actual run, squeeze, type of deal that we want to actually happen. You see back here what happened. It was trying to come up, went underneath the green line and failed, and it's outside of the cloud right now. So I really hope we're still pushing up and find support and get higher lows on this name. But if we can maintain support around here, it actually looks like we're about to, I have my alert right here actually at 1925, because yeah, if we get above right here on this daily closes, above 19 to 20 range, yeah, we should be moving nicely up on TLRY. I have a 41 right here. It's looking like I have a 42 price target. I think I had like a 37 as well right here, 37 price target, 40, 42. And between there, I think it's very reasonable for TLRY to go 100% from where it's at here buying shares, especially if you get any sort of weed legalization news. So I would buy TLRY if I'm you guys, or just even MJ or what is it, Grow, whatever, Grow Generation. Yes, any, yeah, I mean, CGC is a good buy too, I believe. Any of the weed names, the top ones, I kind of like TLRY and Groge though a little bit more than CGC. But yeah, I think anyone should have some exposure into the marijuana business. I think it could be a big thing, especially if they're starting to actually make it legal. So then we go Neo. Neo on the daily right now. It's it's all right. I don't know. When I look at Neo, I don't even look at Neo that often, if I'm being honest. I don't really like Neo. It's hard for me to trade. It gives me flashbacks of bad trades when I was first starting off. But I do like Neo for shares. I can't lie. It's a very good company. I think it has very good stuff going for it. I like what they're doing with their switch of batteries for the cars. I think that's genius innovation for whatever. Like I like what Neo does. I'm not fully invested in Neo, but I know what they kind of do, and that's all I need to know. for when I trade. I'm not having any shares in NEO personally. If it was the time to buy, I was already looking down here in the 30 range though, and it was in the high 30s. Would have been the best time to buy. It's a 100% win rate at that point, if I was being honest, and it has a lot more upside even than that 100%, I think. But I don't buy Chinese companies except for BABA. I think BABA's the #1 company that you should be buying out of China, not SOS, nothing like that. But I think NEO shares, you want to be eating these up. If I'm being honest, if you are actually a long-term believer in NEO, I think we might see it come a little bit lower again towards 40 range. Maybe come over here 43 and bounce up. Maybe consolidate and then pop up again. I think we saw a nice run from it, and it's getting ready for another leg up soon. I can look at another time frame right here though. Look at the weekly, and yeah, so I was looking at this about a week ago when it was in this midst, and I really wanted to see it get over this red line, but it didn't do that. So now it's barely holding above the cloud, which is doable to me, because if it holds above this in any sort of uptrend and we can get this green cross on the weekly, it would definitely be 70 soon, I would think. It's just something you need to look at for the weeklies. I think if you're a long-term shareholder, you should start looking at weekly time frames, or even just a trader in general. You might start to see a lot more when the more you zoom out. But hopefully it doesn't drop into this cloud and consolidate. Like I said, I think it would. But yeah, anything in the low 40 range, I think you should be eating up on NEO, especially if it goes in the 30s. After NEO, I mean, I'll look at some more Chinese. I mean, BIDU, I'll just show you guys real quick. Had an insane run. It's literally half of the price. I mean, I don't think it could go up to this 350 range, but I really don't know or much about BIDU. But I just know it has a lot of following behind it, sort of like Roku type of deal. And BABA itself, NEO, just any sort of Chinese stock, they get any sort of good news, they're all going to run. And 205 is a real tough region on BIDU, sorry. 210, 220, 225, it's all kind of rounded up 5x5 numbers. So anything in the 200s, look out for 205, 210, 220, 225 for BIDU. Anything above that, we might see insane runs up here to 250, 260. All right, I might not even use TradingView, to be honest. I kind of like using my charts on here so far. Is there anything else you guys want me to look at? I mean, I can look at another couple charts if you guys don't mind. What'd you say? Which ticker, Epic? NVDA? Yeah, I'll do NVIDIA right now. Was that Angie? Hi, Angie. How you doing? All right, so I like what I'm seeing all together from semis. I can look at AMD. I saw someone picked up AMD puts. I think that's a rip. I think AMD. I'll look at AMD next. I was about to type it in, but I think AMD is really good too. I think AMD, NVIDIA. You look at LCRX or even just the semis, SMH. Ticker itself, the ETF of all the semis. I think you see some big moves here again for chips. I don't even know when. Is this their split date right here? Okay, cool. I like how TOS does this. So 720. So we have about a week until NVIDIA splits. So I think you start to see another run up right here this week, because it's next Tuesday. So we're going to be looking at for next Tuesday for NVIDIA, possibly a 900 target, I would say. I think if you get past 836, you buy 850 calls or even 900 weeklies and see what happens with that. I think you get an insane boom in NVIDIA. I think this is probably the best tech company. If I'm not counting anything in FANG, this is the best tech company there is. I think personally it should replace Netflix and be the N in FANG. It's a very good stock to have. Looks strong weekly. There's literally just gonzo mode. It's running like crazy. Angie picked up those NVIDIA calls, if I'm correct. I think that's a good buy. We're looking here on the daily, as long as it keeps on pushing up, holding 820, 825. Holding 820 is a big number, but if we hold 820, it should really have some upside to 840. Yep, like I said, I have around $870, $900 price target on NVIDIA before the split. I'll get AMD too. I think AMD is looking really good, especially if it breaks out right here. I think it honestly is gonna tomorrow. I think it gets over this 91 and has a good day. possibly goes to 94. I saw Chris say he said 93. I think it goes up over here, 94 range, and then cools off. And then we might see a 110 price target soon for AMD. If we get any sort of news for chips, I think these chips go crazy, honestly. It's not going to be a selling news event with a huge cup forming, but it is kind of failing right here. Let's hope we can keep on moving this up and complete that cup. But all in all, I think this keeps on getting some higher lows and moving up. I think AMD, LCRX as well. This is a good one to be looking at. If it can get above this cloud, it's at the resistance right now. If it breaks out above 633 plus on the daily, you're looking at all-time highs coming possibly for this one as well. I think a lot of all-time highs are coming for chips, so I'm very bullish on chips, and it's very hard to be short the market if you're bullish on chips when everything revolves around the chips. What is this? All right, there we go. I mean, I'll look at the futures. I mean, we look at futures. I mean, there's not much going on. A lot of green. 440 is almost achieved. I think 440, 450 is coming. I mean, once I hit 450, I might even say 460 is coming. I don't. What's up? All right. So we have 440, 450. I think it's pretty reasonable. 440 was a lot of targets for banks. I think we might see 440 hit, cool off, or they might even front run us here in 440, 439. Sorry, maybe get a little pullback. But it's really hard for me to be short the market and not think 440 is a top or 450 is even a top. If a lot of these stocks we're looking at right here could have huge potential up breakouts to the upside. I mean, you're looking at Tesla; it's breaking out of a huge downtrend. I mean, look at this right here. This is a downtrend. If I were to do the trend line right here, it's literally about to break the trend line. And this thing, you saw the flow for Tesla. I have like a $920 price target if I'm correct on this stock. $980 price target is my Tesla price target. I have above 1,000 and then possibly a move down claiming above this 900 and then a push up in the long-term future. But this is if markets continue to stay where they're at. I mean, we could have a sell-off and Tesla can very well be back on its way towards 500. So it's really just the whole sentiment of how each individual stock's doing. A lot of success rate is for tech in the summer. So I do believe that we do see higher lows to come, higher highs, all in all. I think you get any sort of tech news revolving those chips, like I'm saying over and over, you guys need to watch that. I think you guys need to set your alerts for those chips, and they might have a huge runs. I mean, if you guys want me to do any more charts, I can do some more. I don't have any other ones in mind, but if you guys have any more, you can go ahead, speak or type or anything. Tracking. I don't. I mean, what do you mean by AI? I mean, no, I don't really use any AI or any of that sorts. I just use this cloud for technical. I don't really have any other outsider help. I only use the flow that was provided in this everything provided in our Discord I use, and nothing really outside of anything else. So whatever's given in here is what I use. I'm thankful that we have flow in here. Otherwise, I would have no other outsource or knowing of any sort of price targets and such. I don't really look at bank analyst price targets or anything like that. I think they're kind of full of crap, but sometimes they're important. DraftKings, so looking at DraftKings, needs to break out above this 55. Could see some more upside for DraftKings around here. If it gets over 55, go back into the 60 range. Honestly, I think this is a good buy where it's at right now. It's a 100% potential right here, if you're asking me, 50 to 100. This is the best time when I like to buy my shares too for companies. I just told you guys NEO was a good buy around the 30 range. Hey, yo. Who's breathing? All right. All right, so yeah, over the 55. I'm liking DraftKings to go over 55. Where it's at right now, I would be buying shares as long as it's under $50. I think that's a steal for DraftKings. Anywhere down here is a steal. I'll put a whole box up here. I think you see another drop anywhere below 50, you should be buying DraftKings. It's a great play to be having for the shares, but for options in the coming days, it's looking real tough. If it can get up here, it looks like it might be able to test the 50, but I need to see this 4-hour cross the green over the red. We can see what's really going on. Maybe we'll give it a week or later in the week, and we can see DraftKings really start to make a move if it gets above this cloud. DraftKings is a huge consolidation stock. It's kind of hard to look at sometimes. Also, Jesus, that airflow. Oh. Thanks. Can you look into Zoom? Yeah. These are AI-driven plays. Yeah. What Blue just said also, that I look at this stuff right here that he just said. God, my computer's slow. Yeah, I'll look at Zoom right now. Zoom. ZM. So, yeah, we're still an uptrend. I mean, even if it's inside this cloud, I still like what I'm seeing on this 4-hour from Zoom. I don't want to see it lose this lower target down here in the 375 range, 377. If it does, I'll start to get a little worried for Zoom. I think still should see a move up here towards 400. I was bullish up here around 390, and I hit 405 and then pulled back, and ever since then, I just think it's really kind of pulling back and finding some support before it moves up again. Just because it's inside this cloud doesn't mean it's a bad play. I think we see it right back to 390 soon. I think it's asking for that. I think we're asking for 390 and plus. So we'll see what's coming with that in the longer term. It still needs to get all the way above 450 range up here to really start making moves towards all-time highs again. But in near term, we should be looking at around 415 target for Zoom. I think in the coming weeks, if tech looks good in this next earnings week or two. If not, it might find some resistance again at 405, and then that would be a good place to short though. So it just really does matter about the market sentiment. So if we do see a push back up, expect to find some resistance here and another pullback real quick. Can you look at FSLY, TTCF? All right, let's look at Tattoo Chef. Golly. Close all this. Close my trading view. All right, here we go. So, all right, we're looking at Tattoo Chef. I don't even know what this company even does, I'm being honest. I mean, I always just see it over my TikTok and like my Twitter and such. Like, I don't even no idea what they do. So, I just see everyone saying they buy it. I hope it's a good company. I literally have no idea what they do. So let's look at the technical here, what I'm seeing. I mean, it looks like it's going to make another move down. Chiku's below price. Typically, it'll continue to make a move down, especially if it's below the green and red line right here. We might see it hit this 2020 range and then continue to fall down. I can look at this from an inverse chart because I like to do that if I'm looking at the other way. I mean, yeah, if you look at it this way, it's looking mighty bullish, huh? So if I'm being honest, I'd be looking at puts on this name. Let me look at the daily and weekly ones for longer time frame on this. All right. Yeah, it looks like to me we're going lower, especially if we break the 1940 range. So if this breaks the 1937 area right over here, or even this last low it had at 1906, if it goes below 19, I'd short this one. I think if it's a good company, I mean, can anyone tell me what TTCF does in the voice right now or anything? Does anyone know? Cauliflower? Okay. Okay, sweet. Okay, I had a feeling it was definitely to do with food, but I had no idea what it was related to. All right, so it's a healthy food kind of thing. All right, so that could be a good buy if I'm being honest. That could be a very good buy. I just had no idea what they're doing. I just think in the short term right here, we might see a little bit of a pullback below 19, and I think you should be eating up those with puts to at least to 18. I think at 19 to 18 pullback it has. All right. FSLY's next. So we got FSLY over here. I'm looking down the 4-hour. I don't know. This could be a fake. I don't know. We're looking at FSLY here, right? And it's below the cloud now. We could be seeing a little fake and more higher lows here now to the upside and see another push back up. I know they got a new CFO, CEO. I forget which one it was. I think it was CFO. And I think that's good news. I mean, I think you get that kind of news coming out. I don't know why in this whole time you guys miss earnings. Like this could have been one of the best stocks out of COVID. Like they had the chance, and it's just hard for me to like them if they blew their earnings each time. But where it's at right now is definitely the breakout point. They could have a nice run if it claims back up here past 60. We need to get above 58 to 60 range, and I really think Fastly makes a run back towards 70, 80, 90 right up here. It'd be ridiculous to not buy this stock if you actually have beliefs into it. This is for sure like a 200% play in commons in the next couple of years if this company can succeed. Its all-time high is 136, and yeah, I'm looking at the daily and it looks good. I would actually buy up some commons of Fastly. But yeah, I don't want to really see it go a lot lower than I don't want to see it go under 50. If it goes under 50, I'm not liking it. So keep a stop at like 49.4 or something around there, right under the 50 range if you're having commons. I wouldn't buy options unless it gets over the 60, and then I'll start to buy some longer dated calls. And I think you find some good success with that. Food, lunches, healthy stuff. Vegetable company, pretty good. Frozen vegetables. Ooh, lunches. Oh shit. Airbnb, 1 hour. All right, let's look at that. I looked at Airbnb a bit ago, but I don't think we even looked at the 1 hour. We might have, but I don't remember. So let's look. Yeah, we did. We looked at this one, but it could be coming down for some support right here. Sorry, and I don't really want to see it lose at 146.5 at all. If it does, it's coming right down here, and it might find support at the 146, and then see the push up. I feel like that's what's coming. I think Airbnb is having really good success. I know everything's not logical in the market, but it's kind of silly for me for it to think it's down here in the 150 range. I think this is a $180 stock. So I really hope this is kind of closer to a bottom and we're starting to see it push back up. But we can't have any bad news come out for Airbnb. Otherwise, this thing could be toast and could go back down to 120 range, if I'm being honest, if it has really bad news come out. But yeah, let's see it go above 160, 150, 160 range. And yeah, it has great upside. I think it goes 170, 180. It's a great stock to be buying long term. Definitely. I stay Airbnbs time to time. I think they're nice. It's kind of hard not to like their company. Pretty good frozen lunches. Oh yeah. Any more? I can't open the troll department. I mean, I post some member ideas in here. You can see we got all the mods in here. I mean, I'll just go over some stuff. Is my buddy in here that was messaging me earlier? Oh, he's not. All right. So yeah, if you guys want to find my plays, if you guys don't already know they're at, I'm guessing you guys probably do. But all my plays are here in the member trade ideas. And then I gave out last night at 6 o'clock my time that over 663 was to buy calls and hold. Said it was a 684 price target. I'm pretty sure that's what it closed at today. I got all that literally from just looking at this chart right here. I figured it would go there, and that's what it did today. Had a nice move up. ROKU had a little hard time. I still believe 500 is the price target. Now also struggled. I think there's a lot of eyes on now on ROKU, and obviously there's a lot of eyes on Tesla, but there's a lot of flow in Tesla. It was hard to miss. Amazon remains the same. All these plays from yesterday remain the same. I got the 110 price target on AMD right here. HD I posted about, and then I always be posting my plays for the chat in here. I entered today a 7:30 weekly for Tesla. It was a 2.8 entry, and then also in the yellow army, and I called that out today too. And then yeah, you guys can find me in the moderators alert. This is where I give my plays time to time. Follow everyone else in here too. They're really good traders. I like bulls. I like blues. I mean, I haven't seen Sharp call out in a while, but I know he's making good money. Nah, I'm playing Sharp. I know you're busy with the HDTV, but Sharp's going to come back and start calling some banger plays, I think, next week. I think this is the last week if I'm right, but he's only in here time to time right now because of that. But follow all the mods, I'm being honest. Yeah, Chris is in here too. We have Chris. I believe even Sal has the alerts, I'm being right. I think even Impressive has alerts. I don't know. I can't undermine the crypto talk. They might have some good plays. All right, so Path. Thanks for the voice lesson today. No problem, man. I mean, I'll probably do another one of these. I want to do this like once a week or so at least. I like being able to just talk to you guys and just show you guys my charts at least, and then you guys could ask me the questions. Path, please. All right, yeah, I'll show you path. I know this is one of you meshes and NAMs. They like to call this out. Okay. So we had a move today. 1 hour is looking kind of tough, but it looks like it shows some upside up here to 67. It's kind of a hideous daily. So yeah, over 70. I mean, it's kind of hard to not be bullish on the path, especially at this other high right here, 73. So when I look at this, it just reminds me of like AI and VIAG. But I don't want to see this green cross underneath the red, and because I think we're gonna have some more downside if so. But if not, if we do get above this 69, 70 range, it looks like it's gonna be a really good play to have. So I would set an alert if I'm anyone else in this chat, because I think this one could be a great runner. I think we've been seeing some flow on this name as well, if I'm correct. So get ready for path. I think, yeah, over 70s looks like a great play to be in, at least for a scalp. I mean, you should be able to make some great money off this. Yeah. I'll do any more if you guys want me to. I mean, what time is it? Yeah, it's 3. It's only been like an hour. No problem. And if I do this again, I'm gonna call out my moderators alert, and I'll just tag everyone. And like I did today, it'll be like this pretty much. Are you guys sure you guys don't want any other charts? I don't know if you guys called one on the trade floor. I mean, you guys can talk too if you guys are unmuted. You guys can say something. Harry, you got anything to say? Thanks. Yeah, I mean, this is what you guys just saw is pretty much what I do every single day after hours. I mean, I'm not a chartist or anything. Like, you look at Blue's charts and his look really good. Him and Chris's, but I'm not like that. I just have short-term price targets, and then I can do some long-term, but I don't really have any like fancy like stuff going on my charts. I really just take what these lines give me and what I know. And I'm gonna try and show you guys what I know next week. I hope I can teach some of you guys. So I hope you guys can start using the cloud if you don't know how. I think it's very, very helpful. Once I learned how to use the Ichimoku cloud, my trading changed forever. It was the game changer. I think. CCIV, I think we saw some flow into this. If I'm right, yeah, 5% up on the day. I think we saw some flow into this. I'm actually liking what CCIV has to come. The green cross right here, despite being in the cloud. I mean, if we can get upwards of this range, yeah, above 28. I mean, it's kind of hard to 27, 28. If it gets above there, look how the volatility was looking like. It's looking like it's about to break out. If you're asking me, if it gets above 28, it's a for sure breakout in my opinion. I think we go back into the 30 range, 33 or so. But you can see with what's up with this resistance here. So from 28 all the way to 40. I mean, price target could be around 36 for me. If it breaks 28, I think we should all set some alerts on this one as well. If it gets above 28, to be long on CCIV. But I'd also beware, if it hits 28, it might come right back down. I'm gonna stay on top of this cloud real quick and then bust up. But yeah, buy shares for this company. I think it's good. I think Lucid will be a good company. Look on the daily. It looks good too. Keep on getting higher. If it gets higher lows, if this Chico gets out, it's a wrap, honestly. Yeah, 41 price target. 36, 41 around there. And that's over a 50% play. I mean, you guys can just take some of these shares plays. I mean, you guys don't have to do options that we do every single day. I mean, I just gave you guys a couple long-term plays that could be 100%ers if you guys just hold them for a couple months. That Wish, CCIV, I mean, even past a good commons play to have. Neo. I don't even know. Like, I don't even remember the other ones I just went over. I remember I said one other one though, but there's definitely some good common plays to be holding right now. I mean, even FUBO, and that was another one. FUBO is a really good company. I think if you hold that long term, I don't think you'll get disappointed holding that. I'll look at PLTR, but I don't really like what's going on with it. Comes right back down here, I think. 21.6. Tick said it has to hold 22. So, I mean, this is that range right here. If it holds 21.5 to 22, he's not wrong. This definitely is going to go right back up into the 30 price target I have right here. Luckily, I was able to sell right right when it crossed the green. I sold. I think I only had one runner left, and I didn't have a stop on it, so I lost like 15% on the play. But I already had my winner's play or win, so I wasn't mad. But right when this going under the green line, I sold. That's when you can see all the momentum went to the downside. But I just think this is a pullback, and yeah, we can make another move up for PLTR. Should continue from my read of it. Upstart. Hut, please. Upstart looks good. Yeah, grab shares now. Wait. Okay. Huts and Upstart. All right. So, I'm on the daily. Here we are. Oh. I think it's kind of funny that you guys can hear my initial reaction to hearing some of these charts. I mean, I make the same exact noise when I'm by myself. So, I didn't even know this was. Have we been watching Hut? Like, I don't even know. I've seen some stuff on Twitter be talking about Hut, and I think we called it out in our trade ideas once. Get above 5 to 520. I'll be bullish on this. But what is Hut? Does anyone know what Hut is? It says it's mining. I'm guessing it's like something to do with Bitcoin. Financials or something. Miners. Once again, another stock, I have no idea what it does. Okay, it's a mining company, so I don't know if that's coal mining or Bitcoining. What's up with that? But if it holds where it's at right now, above around the 480 range, we should see it go up to 520. If it doesn't break 520, I wouldn't want to be long for the moment, but it's a cheap play. It could have upside as a mining company. It could be better than SOS. Could be SOS for all I know. It could be Mara. It could be Riot. But remember playing Riot when it was at $9 and that thing went to $70. You just don't know what it's going to do. It's kind of what I see right here. It's kind of hard for me to see what it's going to do when I look at this. I mean, I can go on a shorter time frame and kind of show you just going to near term. But yeah, it's really holding on to support. If it goes below this, I would buy some puts. It doesn't look too good below $4.80. So I got Huts, I got Upstart, and I believe someone called out Uber, and another one I'll look at in a second too. So find the ticker. Okay, here we go. Just 1 second. I'm gonna get a drink of water. If y'all can hear me sipping, I'm sorry. I'm very parched. All right, so we're looking here. Upstart. Wow, 8% move today. I didn't even see this. I believe we did have this on the trade ideas though. I saw in the morning, but it looks good on the 1 hour if you're asking me. I mean, it looks coiled also when I looked at this chart the other day. Here we go. Yeah, 4 hour. It looks like it just has a breakout coming. It kind of reminds me of ROKU, Tesla. It has the Colt, Peloton, Peloton. It just reminds me of that. It has a lot of buying inflows, and past this 132 area right here, we can definitely see like 160, 155 area up there. I think it's a good buy over 132. I'm gonna set an alert for this. All right. All right, Bitcoin looking weak again. Really needs over. All right. Can you do Uber and you? Yeah, I can do those. No problem. So I'll do you first. Alrighty. Alright, so this is one of Nam's favorites. I believe it's one of Sharp's favorites too. Meshes. I mean, it's a good company. Unity is definitely a good company to own. I think it does have some power to the upside. What is this? 108. Yeah, around here. Breaks 110. It's kind of hard to be short on this one. It looks like we got a green cross. If it gets above these EMAs and this cloud, it's definitely looking really good for the long run again. You just saw it move upwards a bit. From 115 all the way from 95. So yeah, just needs a little break real quick after that 20-point run. Came back, found some support. Bullish candle right here on the way back up. And if we clear this range, I'm putting my alert near 110, and I'll be ready to watch that. So 110 for Unity. It's a good break. Now we're looking at Uber. So Uber could be hanging on to something right here. I don't know. This could be a good play. This is a good risk right here for some upside. But I don't know if Uber has it really going for them, if it's going to go any lower. It might come down in this range and consolidate. I don't own any Uber. It would have been a great buy at the start of the year during COVID because definitely Uber's here to stay, in my opinion. Yeah, look at this. Come on. Let me look again on the daily. Earlier at a price target is 70 on Uber, but I think we're getting some lower lows when I look at the chart. I think we could be looking at I hope it doesn't go to 33 low. Yeah, 42, that range, I would definitely see it coming back a little more. 40, 43, 44, 42, somewhere over there. It might come down, form a double bottom over near 43, and then push it back up. I hope it doesn't go down to 33 for you shareholders, but if it does, it sounds like it's a better opportunity to buy. So I would be long Uber at 43, but only if it keeps that support. All right, any more guys? Thanks for the wisdom. No problem. No problem. You covered a lot. All right. Well, yeah. All right. That was like an hour. Yeah, an hour and 5 minutes or so. That was a really good session. I mean, I'll typically just look over the same 5 or 10 tickers and then give you guys my favorites of those. Typically, my members trade ideas, like I said before. Feel free. I don't look at the. All right. If you guys want to talk to me, I don't really look at this questions chat. To be honest, I have it muted. It's more for you, Mesh, and Chris, I think. But you guys can find me in my DMs. You can message me whenever. If you guys message me directly, I'll look at Etsy in a second, Chris. But typically, if you guys message me, I'll probably respond pretty quickly. Oh, shoot.